today. From Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida. It's Week 16 of the NFL on EA Sports.
Just a few miles from the Gulf Coast of Florida at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Today, it's the penultimate week of the regular season, Week 16, and we've got a good one in store between the Carolina Panthers and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. Down throw for Bridgewater. And his throw is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they're very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but if they make them out of bounds, that does you no good.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing completion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Taking a shot for Samuel. It got his man complete. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Give them 35 yards there on the third down conversion.
We expected this defense to be tested by this passing game coming into this one. And there's an example on this first possession of the game.
On 1st and 10, Bridgewater. And he will find the open man. It's DJ Moore. And he's taken down inside the 30. A check on the numbers by Moore last week. 4 catches, 81 yards.
And he was able to get open there, but that's not always easy against this bunch defensively. We are deep enough into the season where numbers count. This is #1 rated defense in the NFL. He'll have a tough time.
Bridgewater now looking to throw on first. And that is intercepted. Or was it? Wait, they'll say no. No interception. He did not keep the feet in bounds, apparently. So that's just going to be an incompletion. Here's 2nd and 10 now from the 29. Bridgewater going to give this to McCaffrey. And a nice run there, going to take this close to the first down marker at the Bucs' 20-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
Give him a yard on the play, and he's definitely short. It'll be 4th down and a few inches.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
In the end, the opening drive, Charles, does yield points. Maybe not the touchdown that they wanted, though.
Yeah, but bottom line, they wanted to get something out of that drive, and they did that. 3 points, they won't turn that down at all.
This one fielded at the 5. And he won't quite make it to the 25. So out come the Bucs now for their first drive. And they'll be let out by the man running the show, Charles, their quarterback.
Brandon, there's 2 weeks to go in the regular season, so you know the pressure is ramped up in so many ways. People have to win games, try and get their bonuses, the whole deal. But how about trying to close out an MVP award?
Just 2 weeks to go. There has to be a lot of pressure, though. We talked about that previous week, sitting on his shoulder.
Yeah, he can talk all he wants about, I don't listen to that, and there's no pressure. All we're doing is trying to win games. He knows, we all know, he's been the one who's been leading the pack. Let's see if he can close it out.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with Fournette. The rushing numbers for Fournette from last week: 14 carries, 138 yards, and a touchdown.
He's the number 2 runner in the league, and you just know the offensive line wants to get him to number 1 because most of the good ball carriers, they take care of their linemen. Could be a gold watch in their future if he becomes the leading rusher.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one good for 26 and a first down.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. Understands the catch radius. Understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball. And puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10. Down at the 31. Looking to throw. Harris has it over the middle. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help. I
would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
Fournette, a first down carry. And they'll get him down right around the 16. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored gives you...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. What a start defensively. Your offense goes out, gets the touchdown, and then you get the interception. Just perfect.
How about the discipline that they showed on defense? Because after the offense scored to go up 7-zip, you would think they might be a little extra aggressive trying to get back at them. Instead, they read their keys well. When they took the shot downfield, they were more than prepared for that one.
And he'll get him a little space here up to the 5-yard line. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. From the gun, Bridgewater. Looking left sideline, incomplete.
To the sideline and incomplete. It's 3rd down and 5 yards.
They'd like to avoid punting from their own end zone so they could use something here on 3rd down. From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's brought down, but not before they get it across the 20-yard line. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
He's got daylight. He's at the 50, 30, 10, touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, 78 yards, and the Panthers add on to their lead. Christian McCaffrey, a guy that can beat you in so many ways. He's a threat to go the distance literally every time he touches the football.
I think defensively, when you look at a play like that, that's when everyone looks at their teammates and starts shaking their heads a little bit because now you're wondering, what are we in for? Worked all week to try and limit the big playability that he possesses, and he winds up taking one to the house in the very first quarter. That was a tremendous run.
From the 6. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
31-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to...
Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Panthers. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line. He was under duress, surveying, trying to find somebody to get the ball out of his hands. In the meantime, the defense, they took it out of his hands.
And when the ball snapped, I know exactly what the defense is thinking. Get a sack, put him on the ground. But when you can also knock the ball free while doing so, oh, there's the bonus for you as a defender.
The drive starts with a completion left side and down inside the 50. Shy of the 10.
Dalton Keene. A gain of 12. First down.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Bridgewater. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. So they will accept the penalty and move forward.
Automatic first down.
To throw is Bridgewater. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And just shy of the goal line as he's out of bounds right at the 1. That's good for a gain of 6. 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and goal at the Buccaneers' 1-yard line.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And the avenue collapsed for him as he's going to be held up short of the goal line. They tried to get the nose of the football across to no avail, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal.
McCaffrey, and he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey with his 2nd touchdown in this opening quarter. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead. And a pair of rushing touchdowns now for him in the 1st quarter.
And I'm liking what I'm seeing from his big guys up front because they're winning the leverage game. How many times we talk about low man wins, right? Move the defensive front aside, create those gaps and holes. He's found his way through them for 2 touchdowns.
And after both of those touchdowns, he went right up to that O-line and hit each of them on the helmet. He recognized.
That's a smart man. You know what else he should do? If this continues, take them all to dinner.
With the Bucs offense making their way back out on the field, let's take a look at the playoff picture, Charles, coming into the weekend in the NFC. As we count down through the final few weeks of the season, these guys have nothing to sweat about. They clinched the top spots of the road to the Super Bowl. It runs through them.
And there's a natural inclination here, partner, to say, okay, a lot of guys aren't going to play down the stretch. We've clinched. We're ready to go. But there's another part where you say, let's show the league why we're the #1 team. Maybe you intimidate someone. Maybe you dissuade them from thinking that they can beat you in the playoffs by going out and being really impressive down the stretch.
Absolutely. And you want to take momentum into the playoffs. There's also pride on the line for these guys individually.
Yeah, momentum and pride. Yeah, I'd make room for them and put them both in uniform.
He's going to loft one deep over the middle. And it's caught at the 25. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this 1st quarter. 17-0 our score after 1. Now Leonard Fournette. And he's got 4 down inside the 20 to the 18.
On any running play that's called, they're always hoping that it's going to break big and go the distance. But when you get a nice gain like that, you're able to do so many things anyway. You can come back and run essentially the same play again, continue to move the ball on the ground, or you can decide to throw the ball now because usually you have the defense back on its heels.
So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. They'll set up a throw. Throwing middle, and it's complete. That catch good for 5. It's third down. Solid catch there for a man who's been so brilliant this year. Worth pointing out, as we were talking about earlier, there has never in the 60-year history of the award been a pass catcher, tight end, or wide receiver that has taken home the MVP trophy.
And the best receivers I've talked with, they know that stat, and it drives them crazy because they understand that without a quarterback, they don't make the plays that they make. They also don't feel like they get enough credit for bailing out some of the throws the quarterbacks make.
Absolutely. Takes 2 to tango. Strong coverage by Carolina. And on we go to fourth down.
Sometimes it's just not your day. Here's another failure right there on third down.
Blankenship on for the field goal. A 39-yard attempt.
Blankenship's kick is good. And they're on the board at least here. It's now 17 to 3. So they do get 3 points, but that's now 3 drives with only the 3 points, not a ratio that's going to win you many ball games.
Not at all, Brandon. And think about it this way. We all know payoff is the key, right? And wouldn't we love to have the concession on every T-shirt that's been printed in football that says finish on it? Because that's the mantra everywhere. Got to be able to finish drives, put points on the board.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. McCaffrey pushing his way through, and they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Yeah, another good run there. He's been such a big part of their success here this afternoon. And that last carry, it puts him over 100 yards now for the day.
To the ground on first, it's McCaffrey. And he'll take this one across the 45 up to about the 46-yard line. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Look, all any running back wants is a little bit of room, a little bit of space in order to maneuver. But he also understands how difficult it is for his offensive line up front. So if they give him any space, he realizes it's his job to make more out of it than what they give him. Picks up 3 on that carry. He has elite instincts from his linebacker spot. He's able to diagnose the run and flies in like a missile to stop that one behind the line of scrimmage.
On third down, Bridgewater. And that will be incomplete.
That might be the third down stop that they needed because they've had a lot of trouble slowing down this offense in the first half. This might be their opportunity to get off the field.
And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. That's fielded at the 8-yard line. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Bucs ready to take over once again. And tough to win games if you're going field goal, field goal, field goal here. They got field goal last time. Now they'll be looking for a touchdown.
They're looking for the big chunk now because, as you noted, the field goal, field goal, field goal way of doing it makes it that much harder and puts more pressure on every possession for you now. Go ahead and get 6 and feel a lot more comfortable about the position they're in.
Bigger chunks. We'll see if they can get the score. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Fournette on the counter. And he'll take this one up to about the 23. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Out of the gun now on third down. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. First down, Tampa Bay there, a gain of 13. Late in the season now, MVP chatter starts, and he might be on the fringe. This is always an award that goes quarterback, running back, usually quarterback. A lot of bias. Does he deserve consideration?
He more than deserves consideration because the way the game is played in the NFL now, it's a pass-first league, right? So that means that people are going to adjust their defenses for him each and every week, and he's still putting up big-time numbers. I know the quarterbacks, the running backs get it, but he should be firmly in the race for MVP.
He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. It's caught inside the 25. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. 33 yards that time.
Still all sorts of time left in this game, and you'd like to be able to say take it one play at a time. But the truth is, they're probably going to have to hit on a few big plays in the passing game to close this gap, and that's a good start right there.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Jones. Brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
For a lot of guys playing this game, there's no better feeling than running right through a tackle. He's able to lower his center of gravity and churn his legs for a really nice pickup.
2 big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal as some good running there gets him down to about the 2-yard line, knocking on the door. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
Well, he did get a taste the previous week. He got into the end zone, trying his best to get there in this game. So far, he's been denied.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll send you cross-state to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have all the stats and all the scores from games going on during another busy Sunday in the National Football League. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense the next time he has that opportunity.
And he's in. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Punching it in from a yard away. And the Bucs are able to make this a close game again. Able to punch it in on 3rd down. Makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a 4th down decision to make.
Yeah, because you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating what we have to make the call. They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
And it's up through the goalposts. It's 17-10. A good drive that time as they go 9 plays in all. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette. So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. They're out in front. Last time they had to punt it away. We'll see if they can add to their lead now.
They don't want to go out and punt it away again. This team now wants to get a cushion, put people away. They want to run their offense and have it end up in the end zone.
First down, Bridgewater. And his throw here is incomplete.
So much for the best laid plans and best designed plays. That was good coverage along the sidelines. No place for that one to get in there. It sails incomplete.
Throwing again, Bridgewater on 2nd and 10. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Well, you most certainly don't want to go 3 and out here and give the football right back, because your friend, Old Momentum, he's wondering if he should change sidelines about right now. And if you don't convert here, guess what? He's going to make the trek to the opposite side, and all of a sudden, you've got a battle on your hands.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he got blown up on that play. Back at the 20. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Here's Michael Pilardi now. as he'll kick it away for the second time. 46 on his first kick. This one in that neighborhood as well. And it's fielded at the 34. It'll go as a 42, make it a 43-yard punt. 6 on the return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of sixes back-to-back. What a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Flush to his right. Now he'll pull it down. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
A chance now to get even before the break as they come up first and goal. He'll drop to throw. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Leonard Fournette. He scored on the ground and through the air. And the Buccaneers are an extra point away from tying up this football game.
If you didn't know it, it won't surprise you to find out that this team leads the league in scoring. They've been a quick strike team all season long. There's another example. They did it again. This offensive coordinator, right now he can write his ticket towards being a head coach. He's advanced in the ways of offense.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT. And he gets it to go, and we're all even. 17 apiece. So that drive, 4 plays. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
17-17 the score. All even to this point as the kick's away. And his guys will get the football right at the 20-yard line.
20-yard line.
Here are the Panthers now as their offense comes back out onto the field. You've got less than 30 seconds left here in the half. You're well on your own side of the field. What are we doing? Here, Coach Davis.
Well, I'm trying something on first down, and it's something that's safe. It's something that's been done many times before. A lot of people say it's not even worth trying, but I'm running a draw. I'm running a screen. I'm seeing if something pops, and if it does, that can alter my strategy and potentially get me some points. And if it doesn't work, well, then you just run the clock out and go to the locker room.
Bridgewater on first down. That's to McCaffrey, complete. Not much there, only a yard.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And he'll just keep two hands on the football as he'll be taken down after a short pickup. A gain of 2 there on the heels of a 1-yard pickup on first. So thanks to the late touchdown, it's a time ball game here heading to break. As we send you in a brief as we get rolling to quarter 3. And ready to get the party started for the second half. It was an even first half, all tied on the scoreboard. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the third quarter. They have a chance to break our tie here as we get a look at the first drive of quarter 3.
And it's such a tone setter, isn't it? Because both sides trying to seize momentum to begin the half. What do they have dialed up that'll give them an advantage to move the ball downfield?
Let's find out what they have dialed up.
Well, the end of all that hitting and hollering, it was a 4-yard run, so the offense is going to go back to huddle and feel pretty good about themselves. Defensively, you have to feel okay because you didn't let it turn into a bigger run, but the goal, shut it down for 2 yards or less. That's when you start to feel good about yourselves.
And finally, he is out of bounds, but not before taking it down near the 15. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. And even 50 yards.
Well, fair to say that when you're looking at guys that can run like the wind, you often find them at the wide receiver position, and that was special there.
And that's the kind of play where you have to kind of catch your breath afterwards. So just give me a second here, because when he shifted into high gear, he was an absolute blur out there. No substitute for speed. We talk about that all the time. The evidence was right there.
And the final number, pretty impressive courtesy of Next Gen Stats, 21.4 miles per hour.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. That's out to the left, flat and complete. And he is out of bounds, but first he gets it inside the 10 to the 7. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short. That's the number 2 receiver in the NFL in terms of yardage. And tell you what, a few more plays like that, he won't be number 2 for long.
Well, that's what often happens when you have competitors running around the field. These guys know where they stand in relationship to yardage, totals, numbers, the whole deal. And let's face it, all of them, they added up to be number 1.
Now the Pats are going to be set up with a first and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
He's hit pay dirt a lot this year, but not that time.
Yeah, I'm tracking right there with you. You're exactly right. He's found the end zone plenty of times. No way I can find any fault with the call. He may not have scored there, but of course you're going to give it to him.
They'll try to punch it in with Fournette. He's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Taking it in for a yard out. And the Bucs have taken the lead. So he's in for his 3rd score of the game. And defense probably saying, man, we don't want to see this guy for a long time.
It's bad enough when anyone scores a touchdown against you, but for one person to get 3, it almost sets him apart from the rest of the game, and no one likes to see any of those players on a pedestal, not from the defensive point of view.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT.
And they will take a 7-point lead now. The drive summary that time, 5 plays. And the man who finished it off with a run into the end zone, Leonard Fournette.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. Fielded near the back of the end zone. And he'll just sit on this one as their drive will start at the 25.
The Panthers offense now, they head back on the field for their first possession of the second half. And this game was all square at halftime, but now they find themselves down 7 following the opening drive touchdown here in the third quarter.
And they need to take a good, relaxing, deep breath, don't you think? Because right now they might start to feel like they've got to play catch-up here and start matching them point for point, but it's still too early to get there. They can still run their offense, plenty of time to get back in this game. And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
He's going to look deep for more. But when this ball's tipped and intercepted, Carlton Davis picks it. And the return comes to a halt right at the 44-yard line.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
Reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
I'll tell you what, this defense hasn't played its best, but they're still right in this football game. And if they keep making plays just like that, they're going to give their offense a chance.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at the 38.
Intercepted by the Panthers.
That was a really nice interception. I think it illustrates the differences between playing man and playing zone. When you're in man, all you're focused on is the receiver in front of you. But when you're in zone, you're allowed to read the quarterback's eyes and go to the ball. That's exactly what happened on that play.
First down, this is McCaffrey. They'll be brought down at the 21 after a pickup of 4. Good job there keeping him to a short gain. Of course, he's coming off a really terrific performance, reigning NFC Defensive Player of the Week.
And I know people get caught up in, well, if you're the reigning Defensive Player of the Week, you must have made a bunch of spectacular plays. I think you mixed in a few of those, but most of the plays are just like we saw there. Keep them to short gains and make the fundamental tackle.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. That's good for a Carolina first. Bridgewater to Moore. They'll try to run with McCaffrey. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll make it 2nd and goal.
Well, no surprise there that he got the ball. When you've got 2 touchdowns already, you're probably demanding it in your own huddle. And you can bet this defense, though, is going to be keyed in on him at this point. And they did a nice job stopping him behind the line of scrimmage.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
It's 3rd down and goal from the 10-yard line.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
3rd and goal for Bridgewater. Escaping the pressure right. That's complete right around the 8. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. We knew he was close to the line of scrimmage, and they say he stepped over.
Well, when you see him in that position, you think he's become a runner. As a DB, you start to react towards the line of scrimmage and off and throw it over your head.
Sanders' kick is good, and that'll bring him back within 4. So unable to convert for the touchdown inside the red zone, but they do come away with 3.
Yeah, it's a 32-yarder. That's essentially an extra point nowadays, right? Because it's 33 as a general rule for these guys. So it should be a simple kick. But you know what's really strange nowadays? When they miss an extra point, I think they carry that with them longer than missing a field goal, because an extra point's supposed to be automatic.
Absolutely, and I would think even field goals inside of 30 yards, even though they're substantially shorter than a PAT, it just has a different feel, doesn't it?
A different feel, a different vibe. That's what I get from all the kickers I talk to. They always say if I miss an extra point, that's the one that bothers me more.
Takes it to the 26, just a 1-yard gain.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense, I think, in the future. If you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He's going to air one out. He's got a man complete. That's a 1st down and then some, a 32-yard pickup.
You know I'm going to lean towards the defender, right? You know I'm going to do that.
I know.
That's a tough situation for him as I see it. But the truth of the matter is, that ball was not streaking towards him. Had a little arc on it. He's got to find a way to get his head around and make the play on the football.
Past the 20. Throwing right, and that's complete. Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped.
16-yard line.
Well, make that now 2 completions for him on this drive, and these aren't ordinary completions. They're big ones.
Yeah, these are the types that make a secondary talk to each other and not in a good way. Oftentimes pointing fingers. Hey, who's got him? Someone cover him. That type of indecision can open up to even more big plays.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. They're going to look to throw. He sets up the screen to Jones. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Buccaneers. Ronald Jones, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Hey, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
Blankenship out for the point after. And that one pushes the lead up to 11. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
Onto the field, here come the Panthers. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
And down he goes, a Buccaneer sack. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 2nd down, McCaffrey. And he'll take this one up close to the 25-yard line. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's 3rd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority, because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Throwing is Bridgewater. He's going to look deep for more. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
I'm sure this isn't a novel thought, but maybe run some simpler routes instead of trying to get it all back in one shot. Defense certainly appears to be ready for them. Try and get it back little by little instead of in big chunks.
That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Here comes the Tampa Bay offense now heading back out onto the field. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. Now Charles dealing with a 3rd and long. They'll have to try to go back to the air again, and this time avoid the sack.
It's certainly hard to try to establish momentum when all you're doing is going backwards, not protecting the passer, and he gets dumped on his backside.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Good positioning, and it's picked off. And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
49-yard line.
And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Following the interception. And that one not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time has now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Tampa. It's the Panthers in possession of the football, but facing a deficit here as we get to the 4th and final quarter of play. Now a draw play to McCaffrey. And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down.
And it brings up 3rd down.
The Panthers on 3rd down. 3 for 7 so far in this game. This is 3rd and 10. Bridgewater. And the throw there going to be incomplete. And that one off the mark. A little late with the throw. Here's Michael Pilardi now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. And they'll play keep away from the returner, as this one will be marked out of bounds at the 13-yard line. Pretty good spot. Charles, you said earlier this defense is probably going to need to hold these guys right around 20 or under that if they were going to have a chance. It was evident pretty early on that wasn't going to happen.
Yeah, they left 20 behind a long time ago in this game, didn't they? It looks like they're headed towards a big, big number. But 20 was the threshold because that kept them in the ball game and kept the pressure off of their own offense.
Yeah, this will leave them a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on 1st down.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he's able to get up here to the 26.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5.
Back to the ground, this time with Jones. And he'll be tackled just past the 35 at the 36.
The tackle made at the 36-yard line. That's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 1.
The Bucs on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. They'll try and run forward with Fournette. And Fournette trying to power his way forward, but I don't think he got there. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
The offense staying out. They're going to go on 4th and 2. He'll look to throw. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard, complete. And he's got the 1st down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They're able to keep the drive alive. 7 yards that time, and the decision to go for it proves to be a good one. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The catch and run pays off for 29 yards.
Well, that's now 4 completions in a row. A good bounce back following the interception last drive.
Certainly not letting it affect him, that's for sure. And we all know interceptions are going to happen. So the big trick, don't let it affect you going forward. Most of the good quarterbacks, they just tell the ball boy, get that one out of the rotation, give me a fresh ball, and let's go. He's got his offense moving again.
And it drops down incomplete. Thought he might have had it. Instead, second down. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. 9 yards, not quite enough, and they'll be left now with 3rd and 1.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Going to throw right side here, complete.
And the Buccaneers are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as they find a way to convert there on 3rd and 1.
Defense was thinking run, and they're dealt a pass of just under 20 yards. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball.
And he hauls it in for the Buccaneer touchdown. 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. There was no going through the progressions on that touchdown pass.
Yeah, nor was it necessary. His receiver won that route early, presented himself. No reason to wait. Go ahead and put it on him and score a touchdown.
Rodrigo Blankenship on for the PAT.
And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it's all finished off with a touchdown by Tampa Bay.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20.
Their own 20-yard line.
Carolina getting set to take the field. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
3 yards the gain there, second down. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. 11 yards there, first down.
Carolina.
From the shotgun, it's Bridgewater. And that's incomplete. Another incomplete pass there. What do you take from this game offensively?
Well, you know it's tough to really analyze for them because it is a team game, right? And let's be honest, though. The defense did them no favors in this one at all. Offense actually moved the ball. So, bottom line, film session, defense, it's going to be a real tough one for them. Offense, they'll get a little bit of praise.
He was trying to find Anthony Miller there, and it's third down. Another pass attempt, another incompletion, and they're just a little over 100 yards passing here in this game, so defensively, pretty good job.
Definitely, because they were never really able to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers. So a lot of credit to the defensive game plan, and especially the execution.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. 2 yards is all they'll get on the completion. It's fourth down. Did they maybe play that too safely on third down? I know you don't want to just throw a ball blindly downfield, but that didn't help them a whole lot.
I think they probably said if it's open, take the shot. If not, get something safe because we do have fourth down to try and pick it up.
Now they go for it on fourth, but this one is going to wind up incomplete. And the Panthers turned away on fourth down. And the Bucs are going to take over with excellent field position to boot. Well, at this stage of the game in the second half, down 3 scores, I guess they felt like they needed to push.
And let's face it, with this deficit, if they give up another score here after they didn't get it, does it really matter?
Right.
It really doesn't. They had to go and try and make something happen if they had any chance of winning this game.
On first down, Fournette going to be stopped behind the line of scrimmage as he'll wind up losing a yard on the play. So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. That one looks like he'll throw here. And that one got tipped, kind of threw everything off. It brings up 3rd.
So much of this game is about leverage. We always talk about low man wins in the trenches. Well, it's like that in just about every position. And sometimes, if you lose that leverage and you're losing the battle, just jump up at the line of scrimmage and try and bat the ball away. And that's exactly what happened there.
3 yards won't be enough here as that'll bring up 4th down.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks, allow other people to make tackles. And when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
And this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Panthers will get the football back. So they were really trying to put the nail in the coffin there already with this lead here in the 4th, but they didn't get it.
Guaranteed. It's not going to be a fun handshake in the postgame, right? You just know that there's going to be some bad blood there. And I know if we go to the postgame press conferences.
And now the ball's out. Fumble near midfield. And the Buccaneers have it.
And with that kind of a deficit, you can't afford to make any kind of mistakes. But it's been pretty symptomatic of what we've seen all game with them, isn't it? Down this big in the 4th quarter.
It's an afternoon to forget, absolutely. Back now comes Tampa Bay. And they just continue to roll right along, really. This has the looks of yet another victory as they hope to polish it off here in quarter number 4. The Buccaneers in good field position here to start out 1st and 10 on their side of midfield at the 47. They'll try and run some clock with Fournette. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
That's a nice job there because you've got to play the ball, not the man when in coverage. That'll keep you away from a lot of needless penalties, and he's able to knock that one away.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And he finds a man with a crossing route. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Big play there. His 2nd touchdown of the game, 17th on the year. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead.
Well, business as usual for them. Well on their way to another victory. Riding a serious wave of momentum from what we've seen. And so far, they haven't met their match. So if you're going to play this team in the future, your mission is clear. You better be ready to play and match their firepower.
Now Blankenship on for the PAT. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. The drive there only spanning 3 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs.
Rodrigo Blankenship set to kick off.
So after the touchdown, here's Blankenship kicking off. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now. And if they call plays they want executed, They need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. A big play there for Carolina. 47 yards. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the fourth, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back.
Now he's hit, and Bridgewater loses the football. And it's picked up by the Buccaneers. Let's go! Come on! And I don't know that that fumble's going to matter a whole lot. You look at the deficit here in the fourth, it doesn't matter. The coach on the sideline still scratching his head.
Yeah, not only scratching his head, but probably writing a note or two about, we're going to address this come practice next week because maybe that's the reason we're down this far. Doesn't matter at this point, but being sloppy throughout the game, not going to help him improve.
They've got good starting field position as they come up here 1st and 10 at the 40. They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to be stacked up right at the line of scrimmage. Nothing there for him. 2nd down.
No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 at the 40-yard line.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Going right side here, and that's complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feel like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for Tampa Bay, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll hit the road next week to take on the Dallas Cowboys. Meanwhile, for Carolina, it's a tough blow to their playoff aspirations as they drop to 9-6. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.